After 7 years of married life, the evening began like countless others. I had reserved a spot at her favorite Italian eatery in Raleigh, eager to surprise her with a cozy dinner. As we sat, she seemed distracted, barely touching her linguine, her eyes flitting between her phone screen and the restaurant's entrance. I dismissed it, thinking her job had left her weary. I had no inkling of the revelation awaiting me. When the waiter brought our main courses, I tried to lighten the atmosphere with a funny story from my office, but her expression remained blank. She gazed at her plate as if it were foreign to her. Worried, I asked if something was amiss. Her eyes locked onto mine, distant and hollow, before she said, "We need to have a conversation." I carefully placed my fork on the table, a heavy weight settling in my chest. She took a deep breath, as if preparing to dive into frigid waters, and then spoke with an eerie calm. "I'm involved with someone else." The words didn't echo. They landed solid and irrefutable. I stared at her, unsure if I'd misunderstood. For a fleeting moment, I was frozen. My world didn't collapse in a cinematic flourish. It simply shifted slightly off-kilter around us. Other patrons continued their meals and chatter, unaware of the rift in our reality. I reached for my glass of water, took a slow sip, and responded. "Thank you for telling me." It was all I could manage. My restraint seemed to catch her off guard. Perhaps she expected a heated reaction or tears, but I lacked the energy for such a scene. For months, I'd noticed the widening gap between us. Late evenings, short replies, brief looks. Deep inside, I'd suspected something was wrong. She started to explain herself, saying it wasn't intentional, that their connection had formed unexpectedly, that she never meant to cause me pain. Her words felt practiced, as though she'd rehearsed them in her mind endlessly. I nodded, not in approval, but to let her complete her prepared speech. When she finished, her eyes sought mine, as if pleading for forgiveness or relief from her guilt. I provided neither. Instead, I neatly folded my napkin, set it on the table, and said, "I hope he's everything you're looking for." A trace of regret flickered across her face, but it wasn't enough to undo her admission. We sat in silence until the bill arrived. I settled it without speaking. As we exited, she asked if I'd be okay driving home alone. A quiet laugh escaped me. "I'll be fine," I replied, stepping into the crisp night air, no longer holding on to facades. The drive home was silent, but my mind buzzed, replaying memories like a faded reel. Our first outing, the rhythm of our wedding dance, late-night laughter on the couch. I didn't cry or fall apart. I let the moments pass like drifting clouds. Upon arriving home, I packed a small bag and left for the night. I needed space, not just from her, but from the crushing weight of everything that had become unbearable. I stayed at a friend's place in Durham, and for the first time in months, I slept without checking my phone. In the days that followed, I didn't reach out to her. She sent a few messages, but I left them unanswered. There was nothing more to say. She had made her choice, and now I had to make mine. 2 weeks later, I initiated the separation process. She didn't contest it. Perhaps she felt relieved. Perhaps she had mentally left long before that dinner. Either way, I felt an unexpected sense of freedom. It's strange how someone else's truth can set you free. I didn't seek closure. Her confession provided it. Now, each morning, I wake and breathe more easily, knowing the betrayal is behind me and I no longer have to share my life with someone who didn't value it. Looking back on that evening, I have no regrets about my response. Sometimes, "Thank you for telling me," is enough to let go of everything and move forward.